Climate change and renewable energy have been on the minds of citizens and policymakers for multiple decades now. Solar panels and wind turbines have been mass produced for this green energy movement, but there's a problem. Renewable energy tends to rely upon very specific conditions and large amounts of space in order to operate properly. However, there's a solution to this problem: nuclear energy. Nuclear energy simultaneously is carbon neutral, but also gets rid of those two drawbacks of renewable energy. Renewable energy is a more reliable and efficient source of energy than other green and renewable sources of energy, and it has a track record of being safe, especially in modern times. First of all, renewable sources of energy tend to rely upon very specific conditions. So solar energy requires clear skies and lots of sunlight, and wind energy requires a lot of wind. But nuclear energy doesn't require anything like that. It only requires uranium-235 to operate. And because of that, nuclear energy is more reliable than those other forms of energy. According to a study by the DOE Department of Nuclear Energy in March of 2021, nuclear energy on average outputs 92.5% of its possible output of energy at any point in time, which is higher than that of any other form of energy. And it's double that of natural gas and quadruple that of solar energy. Now, second of all, most renewable sources of energy also require large amounts of space to operate. So solar energy requires large farms along with wind energy, and you need a large dam for hydroelectric to work properly. But for nuclear, all you need is a source of U-235 and a single power plant in order to get it to work. And according to a study in the Journal of the Energy Institute in April of 2017, this efficiency goes up to 30,000 gigawatt hours per kilometer squared for nuclear energy, even considering the mining and refining process for the uranium-235, which is four times that of wind power and 40 times that of solar power. Now, there's also some necessary safety features for nuclear power to work, and these include active ones and passive ones. But the passive ones are very important, and the first one that kicks in automatically is going to be your scram, and that's when all of your control rods are in the nuclear reactor in order to slow the reaction to a stop. From there are other systems that go into place to prevent a meltdown by lowering the temperature. In particular, according to a publication by the US NRC Technical Training Division, there are two other main things that are used as safety protocol. So what automatically kicks in is there's HPCI, or HPCI, which is high pressure coolant injection, which takes steam from the nuclear reactor and uses it to pressurize water and put it into the core of the reactor, which lowers both the temperature and pressure. And then from there, there's also residual heat reduction, which goes from there and lowers the temperature down to ambient by using an outside water source and pumping that in. Now, because of all these redundant safety features that are used in nuclear reactors, only 3 major nuclear incidents have happened so far. And in fact, according to a paper by Herbert Inhaber, published by the IAEA, titled "Is Solar Power More Dangerous Than Nuclear?" According to that paper, there even considering all even considering a generous estimate and not considering any of the effects of greenhouse gas emissions, nuclear power is still safer than all forms of energy except for natural gas. And in fact, it's twice as safe as solar power and 3 times as safe as wind power. Now, to conclude, nuclear energy is better than other forms of green energy in 3 main different ways. It's more reliable, it's more efficient, and it has a lot of safety features in place. And now there are some places that are trying to phase out nuclear energy for some reasons, like Germany right now, but that's largely because of misconceptions about the risks of nuclear reactors versus the risks of global warming. Now, I highly encourage you to speak out against these misconceptions. Together we can form a carbon neutral future based on a reliable source of green energy.